see it popping up. There you go.
All right.
You better get out of here, honky.
Now for something completely different.
Well, two honks and Kim just messing around. You'll never know what they talk about on two honks. Two honks and Kevin. You might hear something about the NBA. Maybe they'll just make your day on two honks and Kevin. It's sports and life and family too. Let's all listen to two honks and a Kevin. Yeehaw! I just crapped my pants.
Yes.
There we go.
July 22nd. We'll have to throw in, I don't know, some sort of video intro to go with that, huh? So let's see here. So I think we're live on Twitch. Kevin, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure you're. How are things going?
Not bad, man. I'm off for a week.
Oh,
Last 2 weeks, potting was kind of hard. We're trying something different at work, and I was there to help implement that system. And so now I was off. Started being off Saturday, so off for 10 days. I don't go back until Tuesday.
very nice. I'm off next week, so yeah, it's that time of year.
Nice. And I mean, it's boring. So I mean, the only thing I've done, we've painted, we've redone my daughter's room. Went to IKEA yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much all I've been doing.
You get some furniture.
That, binge watching TV shows and just chilling.
You been watching anything good?
Not really. My wife has me watching some flower competition.
Oh.
And I watched the two zombie movies with Woody Harrelson. I watched those last night. First time watching.
Yes, yeah.
Zombieland.
Yes.
Yep.
The flower move show, is that the one where they like have to make dresses out of flowers?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's actually kind of cool. Yeah, they're like 8 foot like dinosaurs and like 8 foot insects out of flowers and all this stuff. It gets really creative, and all of them do not have a flower background. It's like some guys are just designers, and they were just like, "Hey, we'll get thrown in this competition."
Sure. Interesting.
Yeah. Netflix has something for everybody to get lost in.
If it wasn't for quarantine, do you think you'd be watching that?
No. I'd probably be out doing something.
Like if the NBA started last week.
Yeah. Well, it actually starts like officially today. They got some scrimmages going on today, so I'll probably watch some of that later.
Yeah, they have a few games on tomorrow, and then I want to say Saturday you have like 4 games on. It's funny because the only game not on TV that day is the Pacer game.
Really?
The rest
Yeah,
of
that's
them
weird.
are on ESPN. I think tomorrow there are 2 games on TNT.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I didn't see anything about tonight's like little scrimmages or whatever. So
yeah, I looked on.
I bet I can find something somewhere.
Yeah, I looked on ESPN.com and didn't see anything being shown on TV. But I imagine if you go to YouTube or Twitch, somebody's probably showing them.
Right.
So, but Blake's supposed to be joining us. He's the one that said to do this at 4:45.
Just when you spoke,
It's like
Blake the
Beetlejuice.
Snake's coming in.
What's up?
Hey.
We need
You guys just
we need
start?
his theme music like Stone Cold when he comes in.
Yeah.
Oh, for come crashing in. What up, boys? I didn't know you guys already started.
Yeah, 4:45.
Yep.
Yeah. We're
Can't
on,
start this party without me.
Yep, we're streaming on Twitch. So
Right on.
think
Sorry, I got out a little late from work, so
that happens.
sorry about that.
Right
Yeah.
on.
So what's going on?
What's going on with you, man?
Busy life, bro. Just doing my thing.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. You guys doing good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. So did you already tell the audience that we're trying to do this live on video yet?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
We're streaming
Alright.
live on Twitch right now.
Yep. Even
I got to get a Twitch account then, huh?
yeah. Well, we're gonna be on YouTube too. So
Okay.
but they make you wait like 24 hours for some reason. So
Really?
I don't know
Yeah.
what
That
that's
makes
about.
sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming they have to view it. I don't know.
No, I mean they make you wait 24 hours to do a live stream. Like you have to like I've had the account, the YouTube account, but I haven't done the official like click the button to make it so we can do live
Yeah,
stream
like the
yet.
official sign in.
Yeah, so they make you wait 24 hours for some reason. But Twitch, I was able to I created an account today, was able to get straight in.
Really?
No problem.
That's good.
So
It's funny how each format's different,
Yeah.
you know?
yeah, I guess so. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe they have to make sure it wasn't someone they banned or something.
Yeah.
Trying to create
Right.
another
Well,
account.
especially being a new account, I'm sure they have things that they have to check, make sure that, the content, agrees with their copyrights or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how all that works.
Right.
So I'm sure I feel like everything has a reason. Like everything has it's so we don't get sued reason,
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, did either one of you guys happen to check out that documentary, Outcry?
Not yet. What is that on?
Well, it's on Showtime, which
Okay.
I don't have Showtime, but I just did a free subscription.
I have Showtime.
Oh, okay. Yeah, check it out, dude. It's really interesting. It was it's just, I mean, unfortunately it's another story to make our jurisdiction system look really bad. But, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just another, it's kind of like another example of like, there are so many people that have been wrongly convicted of something and are spending a lot of time in jail. And they literally did not do it. They just, in this specific situation, this is a. Do you guys just want me to kind of break it down for you? Or
Sure.
do you
Yeah, go ahead.
watch
You
it?
already started.
Okay, all right. So, hey, everybody, I might spoil it for you, but it's called Outcry. Basically, 18-year-old kid, really, really good football player. He's he was probably 17 at this time because he was a sophomore, so probably 16 or 17. He committed to play college football. Just the stud athlete, right? Well, something happens with his parents. They get sick or something. I think one gets sick, and I believe they had to move. Well, the boy wanted to finish his career or his high school career at the high school he was at for obvious reasons. Started living with this family. Well, this family has a daycare, so he's living with them. Out of the blue, one of the kids says, "He molested me." George is his name. I think it's George Kelly, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Greg? No, Greg. I think it's Greg. Greg Kelly, I think is what it was. Anyways, they kept saying it was Greg. Kept saying it was Greg. So there's a lot of details that goes in it from there. But basically, Greg claims his innocence the whole time. Through the investigation, there is like numerous things that show that it wasn't him. Like he wasn't living there. Like the clothing that the kids described weren't his, but they were of another guy's, which was the kid that he moved in with, which was basically his best friend, right? So he got taken in by this family. He's living with this kid. So the investigation they never investigate the other kid that lives there. They only do Greg because that's what the 4-year-old boy told this lady, right? So, I mean, you really got to watch it. I mean, I can kind of spoil it for everybody, but there's so many details in it. And then it becomes a thing where it's like those that were defending him in court turned on him.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just a lot of like little things that like, okay, why did this happen? Like why I'll spoil it for you. In the end, he's found innocent.
Well, of course, yeah. Why else do the documentary if he's guilty?
For sure. But what's crazy? So, all right, I'll just spoil it even more. So the dude that he's living with, his best friend, I for sure should remember his name. Jason, maybe, I don't know. They actually kind of look alike. Might be Justin. I don't know. I'm just throwing out names now. They kind of look alike and all that. And once again, he never gets investigated. Like they never they never once like even like bring him into the picture. They just immediately assume it's him, the star football player, you know, and then just I mean from the police officers, like basically no one did their job. And this dude was literally facing 45 years to life in prison because there was another case that came out. Once again, wasn't him. And this kid even said it wasn't him, said no, it wasn't him, and mentioned the other kid's name. So, dude, it's just one of those stories where you're just like, how is this dude even in jail? So then come to find out, it was his friend, obviously, the one that he moved in with. It was him. And then he went on to rape like 2 or 3 other women before Greg's name was cleared. So they still thought they had Greg in prison, and meanwhile this dude is out there doing it to other girls and other kids. It's just man, like I said, it's just one of those stories. And then like to hear how this young man who is for the last, I think it was 3 to 4 years, just his whole life, you know, obviously, I mean, could you imagine being in high school? Like this literally, I mean, it literally can happen to anybody, right? And I even think about this now, like when I'm coaching, like with especially little girls, like I always think about this, like when I'm coaching, I'm always aware where my hands are. I'm always aware. If I give them a hug, my hands high on the shoulder, because I feel like as a middle-aged man, I'm being watched, especially now. Do you guys feel that way?
Oh yeah. I'm very self-aware when I take my kids to the park. Even like I make sure like I'm with my kid.
Yeah, right. Now, but then, okay, I'm sure you feel that way too, Kevin.
Yeah, I feel that way too. I mean, even if we have like another girl over here, like you're not going to be over here without Olivia, and you know you can't be in my house, basically.
But here's the thing, though. This is I'm glad the conversation kind of went here because I was literally thinking about this yesterday. I was thinking about going camping, and I thought about actually like at my mother-in-law's, so it's camping, but it's not. It just she's got a bunch of land, so there's like a little area that's whatever, a couple hundred yards away from our house that we can camp. And I was like, man, it'd be kind of cool to take my nephew out there and go camping. And then I literally had to have the thought of like, wow, is that even right? Am I allowed to take my nephew camping, just me and him in a tent? Like, am I supposed? You know what I'm saying? Like I shouldn't have to think that because I obviously don't have those feelings. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like I feel like we are told to be so cautious and so careful. I mean, we've talked about this before. Like, my kids are like, they're afraid to go outside alone and in their own neighborhood. But I think we put that fear on them because we act like any given moment someone can just drive by and just snatch them up, which it happens. We've talked about this on the podcast. It for sure happens. But I don't know. I see this more of this fear. I don't know if I'm off on this or if you guys kind of relate to what I'm saying or not.
I think that you're right in thinking that, because I think the people that actually do harm don't have that thought. You get what I'm saying? Like, you should question that. Like, hey, other people gonna think that this is appropriate, right? Because that's the world that we're living in right now. Hey, should I, go with my nephew? He's my nephew. Like, you shouldn't technically feel that way, but you should have that thought because you're protecting him and you're protecting yourself. You should have that thought.
Right.
Because the people that do the harm, they don't think that way. Like, it's okay, it's cool. Like, everybody thinks I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? So I think you should protect yourself. Right. I think that in every situation.
But here's the thing though. So like, to me, I'm afraid that it takes away like the goodness of people, right? Like, for example, I remember my dad telling me this, that there was a kid that after practice, he basically didn't have a ride. And my dad was kind of almost put in a weird position where he had to take the kid home. Now, back when I was playing Little League, when we were playing Little League, I guarantee you, if so-and-so's parents took us home, like, it probably really wasn't like that major of a deal. My dad literally was like, I was kind of afraid to take this kid home because what if he said I touched him? And now I have, right? So it's like it, obviously my mind's on this because I'm thinking of, we have a daycare, right? B, I take a lot of pictures and I take lots of pictures of little kids, right? And it's just part of, so like I'm around, I coach, I'm around. So when I see these stories and I see like, man, like that could be me. Like someone could
somebody could,
like I don't know, man. So that story really kind of hit me hard just because of the sports and just it's just crazy, man. Like and this kid, like the way he handles it and the speech he gives at the end, like when he's found innocent, because what's crazy is that the family of the kids still think he's the one that did it, only because they're believing their 4-year-old that said his name. So it's so tough, man, so anyways, so there you go, there's Outcry. It's pretty good stuff.
I don't have to watch it now.
Yeah.
Well, that's nothing. Like,
I just saved you 5 episodes.
Well, you watch a lot of those Innocence Files type documentary, and that really does seem to be almost a theme where the wrong person gets arrested. And so the person that did it goes out and continues to commit these horrendous crimes. There's basically a Innocence documentary on Netflix that's episodic, and so they follow a few different things where this kind of thing happened. And the first one was there was a guy that was accused of rape, and somebody else said that it was him off of eyewitness. And then, so he got put in jail, but the person that did it ended up committing like a multiple other rapes. And then, then there was another case where some guy was kidnapping little girls out of their homes, and they had some other like 9-year-old girl basically as an eyewitness point to this guy who didn't do it, and so they put him in jail. And then the other guy that was doing it kept doing it. So it's like that's a pretty common theme.
And there's some stuff where it's just like I'm sure I don't know, man. It's tough because when you're really convicting somebody of something and it's going to be multiple years, like you have to make sure it's right. Like there's just so you have to take every measurement possible, right, to find it. But I'm sure that they get a lot of cases, especially maybe in bad neighborhoods or whatever, where they're just like, yeah, man, so-and-so said he did it, so let's lock that dude up, and then that person doesn't have the money to go to court and to defend himself, and now he's in jail for 10 to 20 years, his life's ruined. That story is very common, I feel like, now I don't know if it's just documentaries and just people coming and really just finding those stories and kind of pushing that on us that is how it is, but it's hard to not think that it isn't, right?
Yeah, if you look at the documentaries like the ones or they talk about the Innocence Project, they have just a ton of cases. They're overwhelmed with the amount of cases of people, and so they have to be very picky about who they choose because of that. So yeah, it's I hate to think it's really commonplace, but it's all these things come into light, and then you hear about all these these documentaries, and you see how many people are saying they're innocent, and then you see all these people spending 20-30 years in jail for things that they didn't do. And it's really unfortunate to see that kind of thing happen.
Right. There was something else we'll transition into real quick. Kevin came over and watched fights the other day, and my buddy Bryson was there. And Kevin, I think the conversation kind of got broke up, so I don't know if you caught everything that Bryson was saying. And Richard, obviously you served. Hold on, I'm trying to find a place to park. You obviously served the country, but Bryson's a Marine, and he got to talking to me just kind of about the training and what went on into a attack, or if they knew that they were about to go into combat, basically the steps. So he was kind of explaining everything to me, just how they practice, how they, they have people that look over the land and they figure out exactly how they're going to attack, because the bad guy is in a specific building, right? So they're going to try to, they're working a plan to go, right? So anyways, so I was like trying to get him just to get me to like I was just really trying. I mean, we've all seen the movies, right? But it's all Hollywood, So it's like I was really trying to get him just to walk it down to me of like what it's really like, literally walking into someone's backyard, knowing that you're about to have to, you're either going to get shot at or you're possibly going to have to kill somebody, and and he was talking about how like the hardest part is that he has to decide in a split second if the person that he sees is trying to kill him, or is just a civilian, or a suicide bomber. He has to figure out all of that before he pulls the trigger on his life. And he's 17 years old, 18 years old, and if he kills a civilian, he can be charged for murder. I don't know if I knew that, but it kind of blew my mind that we are putting that type of responsibility on a 17, 18-year-old kid.
Not only that, we're kind of relating to the police, to the police stuff, to the police training. Like
exactly.
He was describing to us the military training aspect and the protocols that they have to go through. They can't really shoot unless shot at, right?
Exactly.
And there's certain rules and stuff that they have to abide by, and they have to get retrained and all this stuff. Where your local police officer, they just go through that one little training and that's it.
Yeah.
No more updates, no more training. And he was also talking about how they basically, when they go into something, they have a plan. Basically, everybody has their expertise and they have a plan. So we're kind of comparing it to police and military, but it really is two different things.
Yeah. I mean, it just, I don't know. I just, you're right. It went right into the police officer talk, and we've, we don't have to go into this too deep, again. But I guess being the first live video, we may get a new audience. But I just, I think just to put somebody's livelihood at risk by a split-second decision when you don't know if you're about to be shot or if they're being shot. I talked to another police officer the other day at my church, and I kind of was talking to him about my buddy that's the Marine and all that, and he obviously can relate. But he also said this, which I thought was shocking. He said that they now have just passed a law to where, let's say someone gets pulled over and the police officer says that he smells weed, and he searches the car, but he finds no weed. That person can sue that police officer for whatever the reason would be. I don't know what it'd be for.
Like defamation or something like that?
Yeah, invading my privacy or something for false, whatever. I can't remember exactly what I don't know if you would know, Richard, like evading my privacy or something, because he found nothing, like basically profiling, or what I'm saying, like I guess it would prevent. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Rich?
I don't know how. I haven't heard about that, and I don't know how you would be able to sue. That's weird, but I do know they just passed the no knock. You can't. Was it the no knock warrants? They just outlawed those.
What's that? No knock
where you
warrant?
just bust through the door.
Oh.
So I haven't heard the thing about suing somebody if you smell weed. I mean, no, like they're basically saying that the person that got pulled over can then sue the police officer and the department. Is that legit?
Yeah, I mean, that came from the police officer's mouth. I mean, he literally was like, "Hey, this is where we're at now." To where it's like, when we pull
you can
people
sue
over,
anybody for anything. It's not.
I know.
So it doesn't mean it's gonna pass, or it's gonna, I imagine if the police officer's wearing a body cam and the other person sues and they present, evidence or whatever, then the lawsuit will just be thrown out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean,
Or if it's a situation where they got to pull you over for something, right? So they're not pulling you over because you smell like weed. Like, probably pulling you over because you like your license plates aren't up to date or something like that. They can be like, well, I pulled them over for that, and then I thought I smelled this, so I still had a reason to pull them over.
So if you pull somebody over and you smell alcohol in their breath, and you do a breathalyzer test and they pass it, they can sue you.
That honestly, like that'd be another good example.
I mean, I guess once again, you can sue anybody for anything, so it's not, you don't need a law to sue somebody. You can literally sue anybody for walking on your grass. I mean, it's not whether or not you get any money out of it is a whole nother thing.
But see, I wonder if it's though to prevent, like I said, the profiling of a situation. Right. So like we've talked about, right? Like a lot of black people feel like they get pulled over and they immediately feel like that cop's going to think they maybe have something on them or they have, right. It's this whole profile thing. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's the part of it where it's just like, hey, I'm tired of every time you guys pull me over just because of my skin color or because of maybe the shirt I'm wearing or whatever. Right. I mean, it doesn't have to be your skin color, obviously. Maybe it's to help prevent that, to say, hey, just because I look like a drunk or just because I, smell like a drunk, it doesn't mean I'm a drunk. I don't know.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's interesting times, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So we're obviously still voting for Kanye West 2020, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm down with the Yeezy, man.
Hey. Just give me a free pair of shoes. You got my vote.
Got some Yeezys on, man.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, he comes out with an album this Friday, so
there
might be a reason why he's acting a fool right now. He tends to do this, but
well, I don't think I think the only ballot he's even on right now is maybe North or South Carolina. Like I don't think he's officially on any ballots yet.
It may be a publicity stunt.
Probably.
I mean, I do think he's got some mental problems, but I don't know how you live in Hollywood and be a part of that family and not have mental issues. I don't know, man.
Yeah, your boy needs some help, man. I'm kind of glad that he blew up before people started believing in him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and now you can be like, yeah.
I was reading
like, why waste a vote?
I was reading news stories where they were saying people. There's a story of two women who went and drove from out of town to the thing that Kanye held, the convention or whatever he was doing.
Right.
And they were, I think it sounded like they were all for it. And the minute he mentioned like the Harriet Tubman stuff, like they said there was just like a mass exit, like people just left, like a bunch of people left.
Yeah.
The video I seen was there was a chick, she was recording, she was like, all right, I'm out.
yeah. From the get-go, she's like, yep, I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, what was it? He said that Harriet Tubman didn't free slaves. She took them north and then sold them to northern.
To other white people, yeah.
Right. Yeah, but they were being paid though. So yeah, apparently, I don't know. And then he started crying about the fact that he almost aborted his daughter, and he just thought. I mean, I don't know that he's obviously off his. I don't know. There's a part of me that kind of feels for these Hollywood people, just because I think it's just such. Because once again, they're just like you and I, but then they get all this fame and they get this just totally different, crazy world, and I think growing up in it, man, and having that success, and then like Kanye lost his mom, and a lot of people say that's when he really just lost his mind. But I don't know, dude. It's everybody wants to be rich and famous, but we see it over and over again. It ain't that fun being rich and famous. A few make it. It seems like Justin Timberlake and Will Smith and some of those guys have really done well.
Will Smith is not doing well right now.
Not right now.
Oh yeah, that's true. And it's a good segue. See what I did there?
Yeah. I think Kanye probably hangs around a lot of people that just enable him, and he's just used to doing what he wants to do. He needs help, obviously. he can get better help than me. He has more money than me, so I feel like he can get the help that he wants if he wants to get the help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think, Rich?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Kev. He's you know, just around a bunch. Well, he's probably around a bunch of people that enable him, and there's probably around a bunch of people that use him. You know, it's kind of the same thing that happened to Mike Tyson, right? You know, just surround himself with entourage of people that just are kind of there to take his money from him and don't really care about him, you know, in the mental sense. And you know, I think that's probably, you know, that's why, you know, the whole thing where, you know, you're rich and famous, you start getting a lot of money, all of a sudden a lot of friends start showing up, right? So, you know, you start getting all that money. I think the important thing to do is keep your friends close and push everybody else away.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's hard though. I mean, I don't know. I think I'll just take my life. I just, you know, I'm good, man. I'm good.
The
I'll
Menards life.
struggle. It's all good.
So here's the question I wanted to ask Blake. Blake, did you see the new mask rules?
I got my stupid mask that also looks like a jock strap. So whatever.
That's your
This
fault.
is gonna save our lives. I'll freaking wear it.
It's going to reduce numbers. That's what it's going to do.
Hey, look, you know how much it drives me crazy, but even I have just been saying, you know what? If they tell us to wear the mask, just wear the mask. Just shut up. I have it around my neck. I will walk in. If someone says, "Can you wear your mask?" I was like, "Yeah, no problem." And I wear it, and I just walk and I do my thing. I don't like it. It honestly makes me hot. I for sure need to find a different one that doesn't look like a jockstrap.
Yeah, you need to buy a nice one, Blake. I mean, that's the difference. Is like if you buy a nice one, it doesn't like I found a pretty nice one to wear at work, and I don't really have much of an issue anymore.
Here's my question though. I was thinking about this today. If the mask really does what it does, would it not kill the flu as well? Like, would it not kill? Like, or is all sickness down? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I mean, that's what they do in Japan. I mean, they, you know, ever since, you know, they had an outbreak many years ago, and they, you know, they as a country pretty much will wear masks a lot too, and they, I mean, it's kind of the same thing there.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just thinking, like, if it, but I don't know. But then everyone says that you need this bacteria, you need these germs, that your body needs all this sickness.
That's what your grandma says. Not. Remember how your grandma said, "Eat the dirt so you get the germs."
Yeah. Hey, no, that every doctor says that. Every doctor says that. A lot of people say the hand sanitizer stuff's not good. Like, your body needs the germs so it can fight it off.
Sure.
I know y'all have heard that. It's not just from grandma that's afraid of COVID, because those are the only people that are afraid of COVID. Because those are the only people that it's affecting. Have I made my point? So how's your wife? Hey, how's your wife doing, Richard? Has she been doing the whole changing of the clothes thing?
Yeah, she doesn't go back till the 3rd.
Okay.
So, but then she'll do that where she goes to work, changes her clothes, and then before she leaves, she'll change them again, and they'll wash them there, and then, you know, she'll come home and probably take a shower as soon as she gets in the house, and that's that.
Have they? It's so funny. Have they said how long?
How long? What?
For how long for the mask to be so mandatory?
No, they haven't said how long. Well, from my understanding, until the numbers go down.
Okay, so let's talk about numbers. That's the biggest problem, right? None of us know the numbers. None of us know the real numbers.
Okay.
Are we ever going to know, because not everybody's getting tested?
That's what I'm saying.
Test with your senses, you know.
But that's the thing. I mean, they're saying that there are so many tests that are coming back positive when the people didn't even take it, or negative. The test would come back negative, and they didn't even take it. They never even took the test.
So you're saying,
you know what I'm saying? Like, did I say that wrong?
I think you did, because you're saying that, like, there's people that, like, I went to go take I didn't go take a test, but they're reporting that I'm negative.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they're, and also, I mean, it's just like I said, I mean, every time somebody gets a little cold now, they're going and getting tested. right?
Right.
So
Right.
it's just it's like, okay, dude, you just had a sore throat for a day. Like you didn't need it. So now it looks like there are so many tests. Well, of course there's so many tests. My whole thing is I don't care how many tests are being done. I
Right.
want to know how many like legit people are getting it and how many is it really hurting? Like give me a percentage. Because if not, then all of this is just crazy.
I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? How many people are getting it and how many it's hurting?
Yeah, like yeah, because it's like okay, it's like for example, I heard so Brendan Schaub got it and Brian Callen got it. Okay,
Yeah.
now the rest of the crew that they work with did not get it on
Okay.
this. They went to I think it was Houston on one weekend and they did a show. They did a comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
And both Schaub and Brian got it.
Yes.
Brian's a little bit older, so it affected him a little bit, but like I mean, he said he was fine. And Brennan said he never felt better. Like he was still mountain biking, and I mean he was bored because he was upset that he got it because obviously it affected his family and all that. But
Okay.
so it's like I see that I'm like okay they got COVID, like I get it,
Right.
but like just because they got it.
Right.
It doesn't mean that like it's a horrible thing. Just
No.
like if you get a cold or right, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that I guess that's my thing with it. Like if you come out and say if everybody wears a mask,
Mhm.
then we will never have to worry about COVID ever again for like 2 weeks,
Mhm.
then I'd be down with it.
Mhm.
I guess.
Sure. I mean that's
Right?
what
I
that's
mean,
what
that
New
makes
Zealand
sense.
did. I mean New Zealand's got none. They have none.
Right.
They have no cases.
They have
That's what
none.
they did.
But did it
They-
did they do that from the get-go?
yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because
See that?
I feel like Blake, if you can get people to buy in for like, hey, we're gonna do this for like 2 or 3 months and see where we're at, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we can go back to like something kind of normal, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Right.
what you want to hear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but instead it's this news comes out, and then this news comes out and tells you it's a lie, and then this news comes out and tells you it's a lie.
That's why you
and
don't
then
listen to
this
the
news
news. All you need to do is look at the data.
Oh.
Yeah.
But from what site?
See,
Right.
just John Hopkins, just the straight data. Just look at the straight
Yeah.
data.
Yeah, I mean,
The
but
CDC.
the data confuses me anyways. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Well-
I don't look at the data of how many people get the flu or cancer or AIDS or any. You know what I'm saying? Like we only care about this because because it's the only thing we can talk about. Like everybody,
But
just-
this is affected so fast. So what I pulled up, it has the United States at almost 4 million confirmed COVID cases, right? And then almost 150,000 deaths. So that's where
Okay.
we're at right now.
okay.
That's all you need to hear.
100. Okay, what is that percentage of the billions of people in the United States?
There's not billions of people
mean-
in the United States, Blake.
How many people are in the United States?
Maybe about 330 million.
Yeah.
Okay,
About
whatever.
that.
Okay. Like I mean, I don't know what the math is,
But you have to think
okay,
too
now-
that those numbers are
how many died
numbers.
of the flu?
But
How
those
many died of the flu?
those numbers are there because there are people wearing masks and there are people doing the right thing. Imagine what
And
those
I-
numbers would be if they were not. It'd be far worse.
I know, and I have defended both sides multiple times for you all to know that I am on both sides of this.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because I even told my mom this the other day. It's just like there's so many people saying I'm not wearing the mask because I don't want you to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Where you just gotta reverse your thought of like, okay, if you think this is going to help, then I'll wear my mask.
Mhm.
Like, but it's honestly what I think it is.
But-
Hold on, it was all of the confusion leading up to now Trump saying, "Hey, we have to wear the mask,"
Yes.
right? Because in the beginning we just didn't know. Like some restaurants made you, some we've talked about this. Some hardware stores made you, some didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So then that made the confusion among everyone, where it's just like, well, fine, if you're gonna make me wear a mask, I'll just go XYZ, and then that became okay to do.
I'll just go to another
You know?
state. Yep. I'll just do this.
Right.
And you
Yeah.
know what the problem is it comes from the top down. It comes from the confusion that
Right.
that has been enabled. And you
Right.
just mentioned the name of somebody that said on TV, live TV, it's all magically just gonna go away. Like what? Like,
We thought it'd be gone by now.
Kanye.
No.
I mean, dude, we might as well have 2 mental cases in the White House.
I think at the beginning it was openly suggested, and then now they're telling you, right? Because we asked people nicely, and now we have a law in Indiana. Hey, you got what is it? 18 months. You got to spend Richard in jail or $1,000.
180 days and $1,000.
days.
It's a Class B misdemeanor.
That's crazy too.
Right.
That's crazy too.
Yeah, they suggestfully asked, and now you have to.
Yep.
But I think that's where probably me and a lot of people that may agree on the other side of this is that, like, okay, if you're going to make it mandatory now, like, okay, I can oblige. Like, it still frustrates me. I still don't like it. It's still very, very inconvenient. But if it's now like, all right, guys, look, the data is in. Other countries have done this. It has worked. We got to stop being so stubborn and stop being freedom, and be like, hey, this is serious. Let's get rid of it, and we'll never have to worry about it again.
Sure.
There's the 2 cases, So I get both,
right?
And like I've said all along, it just has to make sense. Just make the rules the same, and I think I will be friend. I'll be nice to put my mask on whenever you ask. Just I don't know, man.
Talk nice to me.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though.
Go ahead.
My niece has to play volleyball with a mask on.
Liv just came from practice today, and she's going to practice tonight, and she has to wear the mask.
That can't be good.
Hey, but look,
can't be good
athletes do it all the time.
Yeah, athletes do it. Doctors do it all day.
Athletes do it on treadmills. They've done this before this.
Yeah, I know, but you don't think, for conditioning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just get her one with the ventilator.
But I mean, how many kids have asthma? You can't make those kids wear that if they're low on oxygen already.
Well, they've already said if it's a medical issue.
Play.
Yeah, they say if it's a medical issue, they don't have to. But then, Kevin, and some people at work that are crying about medical issues, they're making them wear the plexiglass face thing.
Oh, those things are hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to spray Rain-X on it. I want to get windshield. I want to tint it. That's next. It's next. Dude, hey, I called it. I have a Facebook post where I said face masks will become fashion when this all started. Dude, they're matching outfits now. They got Louis Vuitton. They got Adidas. They got your sports team.
I want the LeBron mask.
I went on Etsy and bought my daughter a My Little Pony and a Frozen 2
Yep.
mask.
There you go.
Yep. My wife got me American flag, the Constitution. I was like, would I wear the T-shirt of that? No, I wouldn't. So I'm not going to wear that, Nika. I'm sorry.
Hey, at least she didn't get you the Confederate flag.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, God, could you imagine?
There you go.
I get on this podcast. It's the only time I wear it.
Get your MAGA mask.
yeah, exactly. Oh man.
With the matching hat.
Yeah, right. Yeah. See how many times I get beat up? No, I'm just kidding.
That picture you sent us of your coworker was awesome though.
Oh yeah. We're sitting in the office. I have my mask on and people have those shields on. I just looked around. I go, you all realize how stupid we look? Like, this is crazy, So,
he looked like he was wearing a backboard. So basketball though.
I know exactly. Yeah. That's what they should be used for.
Right.
Speaking of basketball, let's talk about how crazy it turns out Dwight Howard might be.
Dwight Howard's always been crazy. He's going to be the vice president to Kanye.
But you know what, though? He apparently is doing some really good work and putting money into charities and everything. So I really hate to be too hard on him, but it's just like apparently he's been caught like multiple times without a mask on, and people are telling on him.
Yeah.
People are straight.
Is he the one everybody's snitching on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet they're having so much fun in there, dude. I guarantee you they're all just clowns.
They probably are now. Yeah, they probably are now. At first, when they were like quarantined to their rooms, it probably sucked.
First 2 weeks.
Yeah, you going to tell me when they all got that notification that we get, because they get the same notification we do when it said everyone that everyone tested clean on the test,
Uh-huh.
you know they were just like, oh, let's hang out.
Yeah, yeah.
let's
Yeah.
play.
And they're
Let's
probably,
go.
you know, it's probably like a military basic training thing now, where if like one person messes up, they're getting dragged into the bathroom and beat up. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all got to run sprints.
yes,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll
Um,
be real interesting to see how structured it is because they're practicing and stuff now.
Well, they
You know
played
what I'm saying?
games
So-
today.
What's that?
They played games today. There was two.
yeah, they
Oh,
play
that's
scrimmages
right.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Are they televised?
No, but I
They
did
got-
see a couple Twitch and YouTube streams.
Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it. I think they start at 7. Somebody starts at 7.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I saw that too. Zion. That's all that mattered. That's
Yeah.
all I cared about. I saw the
That's all
television.
it is.
I know, right?
Well, it sounds like the NBA has their stuff super like organized, and then on the NFL's hands, they're basically arguing like the players want to know like what are we doing?
Yeah, there was an article on the Athletic. They basically said that Silver is basically the best commissioner in sports right now.
Oh, dude.
He relates to his players really rough.
Dude,
Hey.
the minute he threw up that the NBA barbershop, it was like, all right, yep, he's the best.
He needs to run for president.
Right.
Dude, hey. So I think I've been saying this for years too. That's the one thing that I've noticed about the NBA is that they listen to their fans. Like they really rap and ballers go together,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, they're playing to who watches them, and it's. I mean, good for them. The NFL, they just seem to be just so old school and like, we'll play, we'll figure it out, we'll play.
I think they
We
have
don't care.
they have the plexiglass stuff on their masks or on their helmets now.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes.
These are NFL players.
Yeah, they're putting
Yeah,
on the mat for the face mask they're putting plexiglass there.
Okay,
Yeah.
So,
like some already wear the visor as is right
yes, yep.
So one
Yeah, I
of
can see
one of the guys that I'm connected with through work, he's an NFL referee as well, and he was talking about all the things all the steps that they have to take, like different buses, different rooms. They can't meet together. Like
now. It's a
I
lot
don't
more
know,
people.
guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
so this is where I get irritated because then I go, okay, why are we taking those extreme measures when the
Just to watch the game.
percentage is so small
just to watch
of
a game.
getting it? Right, but I don't even care about to me it's just like it's like when do we get to the point where we treat it as like, okay, yes, COVID is a thing, it is something you can get, but it's such a small percentage that we don't have to separate everybody. We don't have to wear masks. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
We can't do that until the numbers drop. Until we reach a plateau.
but
can't
do we
do
really
anything.
know the numbers? Like that's where I get irritated because
Yeah,
everyone
do.
talks about how skewed the numbers are. Everyone does.
But
Every media
the
person
numbers
does.
aren't that skewed, but see, so like if you've done like in data analysis, right? This is what you do for data analysis. You take your numbers have a curve, right? And then what you do is you take out your anomalies. So typically when you look at numbers and you're actually studying data, you take out the 5 to 10% of the bottom, and then you take out the 5 to 10% of the top, depending upon how you analyze it. So then you take whatever's left, whether it be 80, 90%, that's the data you look at. And that's how you know your numbers are good. That's how you do the analysis, right? So by you saying the numbers are messed up because there's too much here and too little there, those are the numbers that are getting chopped off when you really look at the analysis. So at least they should be, and that's how any good data analysis does it. So even if you're just looking at the raw data, it's there.
You have to send me the site you go to for the raw data.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I mean,
Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, that's what my work uses. They use John Hopkins, and
Okay.
that's how they are trying to determine when people can go back to work and things like that. And, I mean, it's not there yet, of course. They're not they're not even there. They just have the data there, so they can pull the trigger when necessary.
Well, I mean, hopefully now that our leader has finally spoken about it,
Leader.
yeah, I know. Yeah, but now how many people are going to come out and say that, they're against Trump because he told us to wear mask. You know, I mean, that guy can't win regardless. But anyways,
Mm.
I mean, now that he's come out, I don't know. Hopefully
Yeah.
in a couple weeks this is past, but or probably a couple months, I guess.
Yeah, I mean-
I just don't want it to become the new norm.
I think that
Right.
you're sitting.
Sure.
You have at least a year.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
least
conversations at
I'm
work.
being realistic.
Yeah, my you know, where I work at, the head of the plant is basically said it's probably going to be like this next year, this time next year.
Yeah.
I mean, simply because you know they're talking about how this Oxford has found basically developed a vaccine that they give to you, and then your immunity can fight the virus. They have something, and they're saying, we could probably put this in production in September, but we're only gonna. I mean, you're talking worldwide, like this one. So they're talking, okay, we may have like 1 million vaccines to give to the world
Right.
by the end of September. So if you're talking, we and then the first line is going to be the ones that get that first. So, and that's not just First Lines USA. That's first lines across the world. Your doctors, your nurses, your
Yeah.
paramedics. They're going to get it first, and then after that, we might get it sometime next spring.
Yeah.
There's so many people that need it. It's who's going to get it first.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's gonna go by tiers. Like first, like you said, the first line, then like you said, that 1% probably gets it next, and then like it won't trickle to us until
next
a
next
year from
spring.
now.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Or,
March, April.
I mean, or hopefully it goes to the states that are affected the most first.
It might,
You know what
yeah.
I'm
I
saying?
mean, the other thing you have to remember, it's a worldwide thing, so it's like they can only produce so much.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see how it plays out. I don't, you hate to guess because you just you don't know.
I know.
But you do have NBA to get you through it.
We got NBA
Yeah.
guys. It's okay.
Thank God. And some fights. There's some good fights Saturday too.
Yep.
Robert Whitaker against Darren Till. I'm so pumped for that. Yeah, so I'm ready for some basketball. At least I literally turned on the TV yesterday. Of course, you guys know me. I don't turn on the TV too much. And I didn't even know what to do. I was like, I don't know what to watch.
Same reruns on, dude.
I know. There's nothing. So
If you really
I
want
think,
to,
I think I've watched every episode of Bar Rescue in the last couple of days.
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Netflix has The Last Dance on, so if you want to watch that,
Oh,
again.
do they?
Yeah.
absolutely.
There you go.
I wouldn't mind seeing
MLB
that
starts Thursday night. I don't know what they're going to look like. And
No fans.
Yeah.
They have cardboard
then,
cutouts.
What'd you say?
On the news, they were talking about the 500 ranks being. They were going to try to have 50% capacity. Now they have 25% capacity.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I heard they're
And that's
talking
going to
about
be the end of August.
for either MLB or NFL. They're talking about piping in crowd noise too.
Really?
Oh Lord, dude! You know what? Now that I've watched the UFC, now that I've watched the UFC with no fans and golf with no fans, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Because
I like the
you can
UFC
hear.
better with no fans.
Yes, I pray to God. I pray to God that I can pay for a subscription to hear the NBA. I would love to hear all those players talking trash. I would pay for that.
Yeah.
If I can
You're
get
gonna hear
all
you're gonna hear
access.
talking trash and a whole bunch of ball dribbling. You're gonna get
Yeah,
acquired
How much-
ball.
How
Yeah.
many conversations you think are being had right now about players being told to watch what they say on the court?
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure. Oh, somebody said something about, oh man, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot harder to talk bad about the refs.
Oh,
Now they're
Oh,
really
yeah.
gonna hear us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna hear
oh,
the
it's
technical fouls.
Yeah, I think it was Steve Adams that said that. He was like, "Man, now I got to really be careful what I say. They can actually hear me."
Hey, who ended up
So-
winning that $1 million tournament?
I don't know. I never really followed it.
I watched a couple games, but yeah.
So, all right. So I feel like I'm not even up to date on exactly what's happening in the NBA. So they're doing like a mini season, right, of just 8 games, right?
8 games. Yeah.
Okay. So, however, if a team goes 7-1 or whatever, right? It doesn't matter. That's whatever the record is, right? And then that goes into the playoff bracket.
So I
Yeah,
think,
those bottom teams are fighting for the seeding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why you're playing these 8 games.
you're playing for your seed right now. So I think going in, you have whatever records you had, and
Right.
to the top whatever teams are guaranteed a spot, but then the bottom ones are fighting for a seed. The rest of the teams are fighting for placement, I think. So
Okay.
Yeah.
that's what
Okay.
it sounded like when,
And
I
okay,
read it.
so that makes so each team plays 8 games.
Mhm.
That record gets added to the previous record, and then they go into the playoff.
Right.
And then the
Yeah.
playoff is a double elimination tournament, right?
Yes.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be.
Dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
See, I think like Richard, I know we texted the other day. I said I think the competition is going to be unreal, and you said I just don't think they care enough.
I don't.
I think. Hold on,
I appreciate the double elimination thing. Like I like that.
Mhm.
But I don't. I don't know. Like
I bet they go. I bet, dude, because they just have a few. Okay, you got to think about how many games they usually have to play
Right.
to win a championship.
Uh-huh.
Now they're like, dude, we're 4 or 5 games, or whatever it ends up being in the end.
Right.
Like to having a championship, and regardless of what you say, yeah, there's a little asterisk by it. That's fine, but you're still champion. You still
sure.
get
Yeah.
championship
You still
money.
get that ring,
You
and you still.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're all because I guarantee a lot of them have been hurt by this financially, rather if it be doing commercials or whatever,
Sure.
advertisements and stuff, sponsorships. So
Contract
I'm
years.
sure,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm sure, yeah, with $500,000 on the line or $1 million, whatever, that would get anybody motivated.
Is
I'm
this
in
like-
the middle of it. I think it's gonna be like maybe like All-Star game-ish.
That's what I
You know what
feel
I'm saying?
like. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
you know
I
how
don't.
the
I
All-Star
don't think
game,
that they're
like,
gonna. I don't think that
Straight
they're gonna
playoff.
play the like. I think there's gonna be so many guys worried to get hurt.
Blake's so bad wants it
Why?
to be.
I honestly do. I think there's gonna be so many. I think it
That's why
depends on
Oladipo
what
didn't
team
want to
you're
come
on.
back.
Like it
Hold
really
on,
depends on what team you're on.
Kevin. You got to talk about the most competitive men in the world playing the sport that I love. Do you seriously think when they know they just have to win a few games to win a championship? You really think they're going to go out there and just, he dunked on me.
Some people are
Y'all
worried about their
crazy.
money.
Hold on,
And then
hold
talking
on,
about Kemba Walker might not even play.
Listen to me. Name one player on the Pacers that's going to go out there and not bust their butt. Name one player on the Heat, one player on Utah, one player on the Lakers.
Yeah, but you're talking about all small market teams until you get to the Lakers.
Okay,
It depends on what
I'll
team
keep
you're
going.
on. It depends on what
Everybody,
team.
dude, listen to the players. The players are like, man, we can't wait to play. We can't wait to play.
I
Because
hope it is competitive.
listen, hold on, listen. If they were going to take the normal playoff season serious, why would they not take this playoff serious? In the end, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, all those guys, they want to say at the end of this season, we're the champions. The craziest season of all time, we're the champions. Period. So you cannot tell me they're just going to be like, oh well, we lost.
I have a hard time. I have a hard time with.
I don't think
What?
the defense is. I think the defense will be at like 60%.
I have a hard
Dude.
time with that whole conversation, especially when you say competitiveness. When you have players purposely sitting out whole games during the regular season, like it's not.
But it's
those guys don't
different
have the
now.
same competitive nature as.
Okay, but
as a
they
Michael
don't do
Jordan.
that at the playoff time. They don't do it when it matters. They don't do it. This matters.
But
This
there's
is it.
already players sitting out because of contracts.
So what? So what? You don't think the other guy that's behind him is not going to go out there and bust his butt?
I don't
Come
care
on,
about the other
Walker.
guy. I care about the big names.
Well, then that is what that is. But I mean, all the big names are in it. Name a big name that's not in it. The biggest names are in it.
True.
Just saying. James
One of the
Harden,
biggest names that
Westbrook,
has had
a
LeBron,
color change.
They're in
Anthony
it.
Davis,
running
Kawhi Leonard, Paul
running half
George.
speed down the court. They'll be in it, but
All right,
do.
we'll see. We'll see.
I hope it is good.
You think
I
LeBron
just-
James played defense lazily before? You just wait now how many people blow by him.
All right, we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well,
Y'all remember this.
I'm with
We got it
Kevin. I mean,
recorded.
I hope I'm with Kevin. I hope, but I don't know.
I just think y'all forget you're talking about the top level. You're talking about the most competitive people in the world. The All-Star game fourth quarter got crazy competitive. Crazy competitive. They don't want to lose. Nobody wants to lose.
They
this.
scored 170 points.
Yeah, because I said fourth quarter.
They don't play
Half
defense.
speed down the court.
Because they don't play
Hey,
defense.
hold on. They're the best
That's how
players in
this
the
is gonna
world. They
be.
should score that much. No, it's not, dude. No, it's not. Why do you guys always argue with me? Can we change the name of this stupid podcast?
Hey,
2 against 1?
What's your picks for the finals? Finals picks.
Lakers and Bucks. No. Clippers and Bucks. If Kawhi and Paul George play and they're healthy, Clippers and Bucks.
Go ahead, Richard.
I had to say
Pacers.
Lakers. I don't even care about the Pacers that much.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. Rick Smith.
Yeah, Rick Smith is it. Lakers. Well, I'd say Lakers and Bucks right now. I feel like either Kawhi or George are going to get hurt. I mean, one of them. I feel like one of them's constantly hurt. So I just.
I'm gonna go with Lakers and Celtics.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Lakers and Celtics.
Lakers, yeah. I like. Ooh, that would be fun just because of the rivalry.
Yeah.
So how many total games will you have to play to win it all? Do you know?
So you play a regular 8. Let's see.
Then you have double elimination. So that's what. I mean, I guess it depends upon how quickly.
Every team has to lose. I wouldn't think every team has to lose twice, right?
Well, if it's
probably. Well,
if it's double elimination, isn't that what that is?
Yeah, that's true.
So how many teams make it? Is it 8 and 8?
Yes.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to do math live on.
All right, I'm trying to see if there's
like 16 games.
Because
16 games would be.
Because that's your 8 games. You
could.
Then your first round, your semifinal, your quarterfinal, and then your finals, right?
Right. So what, 5?
So that's the quickest route.
That's 4.
So that's what? So that's what? 13 games? Is that what you just said? 8 and 5?
Well, if you're having double elimination, each teams play each other twice in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Because you have to lose twice, basically. So it's basically the best of 3.
But if you lost the first 2 games,
that's what Richard's saying. So you're saying it's going to be the best of 3. It's not like we get reseeded or something like that.
Yeah, so
because that's what I was thinking. It gets reseeded.
So the quickest route would be 16 games. It sounds like.
Yeah.
That's the quickest.
That's the other thing too. Like, some of these players are coming into this saying, "Hey, man, I just had all this time to rest or whatever. Now I just got to go play 16 more games."
Yeah, 16 to 20 games is what it sounds like. Yeah.
Okay, so it's gonna be interesting. I obviously I hope it's competitive. I think in the end the final few games will be, if nothing else.
It'll be fun to watch. I mean, I'm not going to deny it'll be fun to watch, regardless
I hope it is.
of the competitive nature of it.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, like we've said before, what makes the NFL so great is that every game matters. Like 2 losses in a row matter, So now it just
that
it kind of makes you want
one seed to 4th in the playoffs.
Yeah, because it's kind of like the NCAA tournament. Like any team, Butler can make it if they just win 4 or 5 good games in a row.
Right.
The other good thing is it's not a west side, it's not an east side. Like it's just
they're all playing in Orlando. Yeah.
So yeah.
Right.
And like you said, they don't have any court advantage or anything like that. So that's pretty cool.
Do you guys think that the NBA should do like NCAA does and have places that host the game, the playoffs? Like, how like they'll have arena in Ohio do like the first round for all the games, and Indianapolis do like the second
one in
round.
Chicago, one in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, because they're having it all at the same place, right?
Yeah. I don't think the cities would go for that, though, because the playoff cities probably make a lot of money with the playoffs. So.
Right.
And but see, and here's the other thing. Think about how much money the NBA would save.
Yeah.
Just think about how much teams would save in travel if just all the games were held in. But then again, you got to get the fans. You got the fans is where you get your money.
Yeah.
The fans will come though. Like you're paying.
Just like they do for
fans are paying more to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is
like the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but if you're not in one of the 4 or 5 major cities that has it, that has where the games are being played.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. No, I agree with you. That's why I said it's it'd be kind of cool, but I don't think they do it.
Come on.
Because of that. So.
Right.
All right. Well, I think we should probably wrap this up. I know Blake's starting to drive again, and we'll
Yeah, I'm about to pull
um,
out in front of some people real quick. Be back.
I will. Well, let's watch and see if Blake gets to an accident first.
I made it.
Right.
Don't worry, guys. Thanks,
That'd be a nice episode.
Right.
Could you imagine?
I'd get onto Facebook just to post it. Like I would reactivate my Facebook account.
Now.
Hey, I do kind of. I don't know if I could save it, but I do have a kind of a funny story about playing volleyball last Sunday.
Okay.
You want me to go ahead and go for it real quick?
Go for it. Yep. We'll
Go ahead.
close
Okay.
out.
So playing volleyball, it's a co-ed league. It's a lot of fun. It's the Greenwood Community Center. All the teams kind of know each other because we've been in this league for so long, right? It's we had just played one game, and we had 2 games that day. So I was coming back from the bathroom for the second game, and everybody was on the floor like ready to play. I was kind of like late. I didn't know. So I ran out there, got on the court, and got into my spot. And I was up against the net on the basically the left side. So if I was facing the net, I was on the left side. So I mean, my hands are still wet, like from the bathroom and everything. So I get on there. Well, there's this guy that plays. He has hit my wife in the head.
I remember that story.
Okay. He hit Lisa in the head and gave her a concussion. Like she got diagnosed with a concussion.
Oh my.
This dude is huge. Like I'm telling you, his arms are huge. He's probably 6'4", probably 250. I mean, just a beast of a guy. Like it's not like you got little old me out there. Like it's so silly. So anyways, so I'm up against the net. Literally, the ball serves. Very first point. It kind of goes back and forth. I'm just kind of standing there. I see him go up, and I see him to go spike, and I know this dude spikes hard, right? So I just kind of like I'm at a weird angle. Like honestly, he shouldn't hit me at all. Like where I'm standing on the court, but I blink, and the next thing I know, dude, boom, right in my left eye, bro. I mean, I couldn't.
That's why you kept the sunglasses on?
I didn't even. No, I'm good, dude. I had no idea. So anyways, so I get blasted in the eye. I like spin around and I just go in like a plank position, like a push up, like on the wall, because everyone goes, oh, because I mean I literally didn't see it until like here. I mean it was so fast. So anyways, so I'm in all push up. Everyone's like, oh my God, are you okay? And I just go, can I go back to the bathroom now? Like, yeah, dude, I got blasted, but somehow it did not, it didn't bruise up or anything. But what's also funny, he's been told to lay off, like to not hit so hard, and so he's kind of aware of it. That was the first swing in 6 months. That's the first spike he's had in 6 months, and he blasted me in the face. So yeah, so there you go. We can end with that little humbleness,
That's what's up.
All right. Well, I will be out of town next week, so we won't be live streaming. But I think if you guys talk Jared into it, I think he knows how to do the recording and mixing and dropping. So
Right on.
Okay, cool.
all
Great.
right.
Where are you going? You going on vacation?
Yeah, going to Lake House. So we'll be off the grid for a week. So it'll be good times.
Oh, good. Well, enjoy it, man.
Thanks, guys.
Right on.
Have a good one.
Blake gets spike in the face is the title.
That's right.
Yeah, you have to wait to the very end to hear it.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. That's what's up.
All right.
Gotcha.
Have a good one.
See ya. See ya.